Hello and welcome, BitMonger family. Monger with you here this morning, and a wakey bakey. Hope you guys are all doing well today. And in today's video, I'm just going to talk about choices. Choices have consequences, and where you focus. And I'm going to be the first to admit that I was misfocused for a vast majority of my life. Massively misfocused. You know, the thing that I was focused on for most of my life was just partying, having a good time, and chasing ladies. That was a huge factor in my life. And, you know, there's a time and a place for that. But at some stage in your life, you need to prioritize things, and you need to focus on things that matter. And I find this to probably be one of the biggest things where people make a mistake. You know, they focus on, partying or women, or they focus on sports. Football is a big one. You know, how many people spend time focusing on things that really don't matter? And this is something that you see quite frequently. And oftentimes these people wonder why the fuck they are not doing well. And it's because they're misfocused. They're focused on things that really don't matter. And this is kind of personal. I have a friend an old friend that I recently said goodbye to. And that's because for a long period of time, there was a culmination of events that built up that I found that I could no longer ignore. The first one was he became dependent upon me for getting advice on crypto, and did not make any effort to try to learn himself to do the work, to make the effort. And whenever I asked him about it, he told me he was busy with other things, and I knew for a fact that was absolute bullshit. The reason why is because he would continuously talk to me about conspiracy theories, Candace Owens, and fucking all these nut jobs out there. And he was very up to date and knew everything about what was going on with these conspiracy theories. Yet he wasn't willing to make the effort to try to learn to become a better trader or a better investor. And now he's in a shit mess. Even though he does have more money now than he ever had before, when I first met him. And he's claiming that he is a pauper and that I abandoned him, and trying to give me a guilt trip about how I left him in his time of need. And honestly, what can I say, man? After 5 years, when he first came to me, I had been in crypto for about roughly 3 years. And now I've been in crypto for nearly 9 years. And for 5 years of that time, I was spoon-feeding this guy, telling him everything that I knew, getting him up to date, telling him my sources, telling him what I was buying, what prices I was buying at, everything. Completely transparent with this guy. And he made absolutely zero effort to try to learn. Would always tell me he's busy doing these other things. And obviously that's a lie. It's like, okay, and this is where, choices have consequences, guys. If you choose to focus on shit that doesn't matter, and then later you have problems, well, that's on you. It's not on me. That's absolutely 100% on you. You want to focus on shit that isn't going to help you make your life better? What can I say? These things are important. And for you younger guys out there, older guys, anybody out there that's paying attention to this, or listening, I strongly recommend that you prioritize things and you pay attention to things that are going to help you in your life. And I used to mention to this guy all the time, he would throw these stupid conspiracy theories at me. And I would ask him, well, what's your takeaway? How is that going to improve your life? And you know what? Nothing. Nothing. Oh, I want to know who I'm getting fucked by. Well, that doesn't matter if you're still getting fucked, What can you take away from that information to take advantage of it so you can improve your life? That's how I'm seeing things. Otherwise, who the fuck cares? Because these types of big things are absolutely out of our control. We're just little fish. We can't make any difference there. So if those things are going to happen, well, then you should be trying to determine what you can get from that information so you can use it to benefit yourself. And that wasn't happening with this guy. Personally, I'm not into doom and gloom conspiracy theories. I'll pay a little bit of attention. I'll listen to them a little bit, but I'm not going to focus on that because I know damn sure that I can't change a damn thing. And really, if I'm going to get fucked, well, it's going to happen. Do I really care who it is? Is it the fucking Rothschilds or fucking some other group, some Illuminatis or whatever? It's like, give me a fucking break. It's like, if that shit's going to happen, it's going to happen. It's out of our control. Do what you can to focus on things that can help yourself. And, then there was another issue with this guy that was disturbing. And he's got a daughter. He's got all of his fucking money in crypto. I tried multiple times to help him. I'm like, listen, how are you going to... And he's an older guy. He's older than me, much older than me. And I asked him, what are you doing to make sure that your daughter can get a hold of your funds in the event, well, everybody's going to die, but if you suddenly die, how is she going to get a hold of that money? She's living in the Philippines, a shithole place with no connections. Mother's poor. Her future life's not looking too rosy, and he's got no plan. If he dies, that money's fucking gone. And I find that absolutely shameful that he's not planning to take care of his daughter, yet he claims to love her so much, but he's not willing to try to help her out there. Not to mention the fact that he never even registered her as a U.S. citizen. You would think, hey, every time he was in a shithole or had needed money, guess where he went? He went back to the United States to work, to make money. Yeah. So you think maybe he would want to have his daughter as a registered U.S. citizen, so she might have that option as well someday, so she could go back and possibly make money? Because God knows, if you have no connections in the Philippines, you don't have any, you don't have much of a chance. And he neglected to register his daughter as a U.S. citizen. God knows why. My guess is that he's worried about child support or some other things, some selfish motherfucker. I couldn't believe it. But there you have it, guys. Choices. Make wise choices. Focus on things that matter. And if you say that you love someone, they're the number one thing in your life, well, then your fucking actions should show it. And if they don't, well, then you're full of shit. And I know this guy's going to probably watch it. He recently sent me an email asking me why I fucking abandoned him. No. And I let him know. There's been a culmination of things, shit that I've seen, lack of effort. At some stage, you just got to say goodbye. And that's exactly what I did. I'm not willing to spend any more time trying to help someone that's not willing to try to help themselves, and that prefers to focus on shit that doesn't matter or do things for the people that they suppose they really love. No. Sorry, man. Anyways, guys, hope this video helps some people out there and makes you focus on things that matter, because the only person that can help you is yourself. And if you don't try to help yourself, you shouldn't expect other people to try to help you. It's got to come from within first, and then others are going to most likely be willing to make the effort to help you. But at some stage, if you don't make that any effort and people try to help you and you don't do anything to try to help yourself, well, those people at some stage, like myself, will eventually say, fuck it. I'm done. Good luck. And with that, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Monger on.